What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you guys had a fantastic day today. And today we have the September 2023 Orange County John Wayne Santa Ana International Airport update for you guys. I really hope you guys are excited for today's video. Today we have a very exciting Orange County update in store for you guys. We got some various aircraft changes, some additional frequencies, and all kinds of fun items to dive into in today's Orange County update. I really hope you guys are excited for this. And without any further delay, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and get started over here on the other side of the concourse for different. But let's start here taxiing in. We have this Air Canada Boeing 737 MAX 8. This aircraft's currently coming in from Vancouver, and we'll be heading back out there. Looking good, Air Canada, loving their MAX 8, and really cool to see this. It will be interesting to see if the 220 makes its rounds back in here anytime soon. But for now, we have the 737 MAX 8 for Air Canada. Hello, Southwest Airlines, beginning right here with Southwest Boeing 737 MAX 8. This aircraft's coming in from Nashville, and now it's going to be heading over to Puerto Vallarta. And next we have the 737-700. This aircraft's coming in from Dallas Love Field, and now it's going to be heading over to Austin. And then we have a 737-800. This aircraft's coming in from Las Vegas, and now it's going to be heading over to San Jose. On the push, we have their 737-700. This aircraft's currently heading over to Denver and came in earlier today from Phoenix. So looking very good Southwest. G4, welcome Allegiant. Yes, it never gets old. Currently sitting right here, we have the Allegiant Air Airbus E320 with fence tips. This aircraft's currently coming in right now from Eugene, and next we'll be heading over to Phoenix Mesa. And here's the Frontier Airbus E320 Orville to Cardinal coming in from Denver, and next up is Las Vegas. Glad to see our low-cost carriers going very strong. Complementing those two, we have the Spirit Airlines Airbus A320. This is with the filled-in titles and the Spirit.com engines done by Aero Classics in 2022. I think it was 2022, I'm pretty sure. I don't think it was 2023, I'm pretty sure it was 2022. Nevertheless, this aircraft's going to be coming in right now from Oakland, and will now be heading over to Las Vegas. So, a bunch of Las Vegas competition from the three low-cost carriers plus Southwest. And I believe it's just those guys. Maybe Breeze one day, we'll see, but certainly plenty of options to get to Las Vegas. Taxiing in after a non-stop flight from the Charlotte Dulles International Airport is going to be this American Airlines Airbus E321 Neo. Very cool to see the 32Q coming in right here. This Charlotte route's been a really nice addition to the airport, and certainly an interesting one with that red eye. I guess the logic could be if you want to get to the East Coast early in the morning that you could take this flight and then connect onto a 6 or 7 a.m. departure. So perhaps that would be a good way, but with the time change and everything, probably not the most efficient for sleeping, but you can overcome one night of sleep with that. So there's certainly various ways to utilize it, or if you just want to get to Charlotte in the morning, then it's another option for you. So, but cool to see American doing it. And then the westbound flight, I think, is really great for anybody that wants to get back in a reasonable time, because that flight doesn't leave the East Coast till like 6 o'clock or so. So you could definitely spend till 2 or 3 o'clock doing whatever activity on the East Coast, and then connecting through the Charlotte Dulles International Airport to get back home to the Los Angeles area. Anyways, enough said on the logic of that flight. Next up, we have Chester today on the Emerald 175. So this is going to be the Horizon flight coming in from Santa Rosa. And now, that might be SkyWest, so I'd have to double check. Now it's heading over to Seattle Everett. And then the SkyWest flight is coming in from San Francisco on a turnaround. And then the Boeing 737-800 right here is coming in from Seattle, and now it's going to be heading over to Portland. So glad to see our Chester family doing really good here. It's been weird because typically I've always had a special livery in here, but we have all the standards in here, which is kind of nice. So, of course, GeminiJets doing both these releases. The let's see. So the SkyWest one's the new one. This is the SkyWest one. This one came out in. All right, let me double check here. Sorry. Let's see. This is the SkyWest one. So this one came out in 2022. And then this one right here came out in 2018. So really cool to see GeminiJets swinging back around for their releases. And this is that GeminiJets release that came out. Or sorry, I had that one. This is the NG models release from 2020. Here's another G4 welcome Allegiant. This Airbus E319 with fence tips is currently making a service in from Las Vegas. And now it's going to be heading over next over to, let's go with Idaho Falls. I think that might be a 320, but yeah. Okay, welcome United. Here's United Airlines' Airbus A320-200. This aircraft's currently making a non-stop flight coming in from Denver, and now it's going to be heading over next to San Francisco. And the 737-700 is going to be coming in from Newark on a turnaround flight. And the 737-800 is currently coming in right now from Houston and will be heading over to Chicago. I certainly missed our service to Honolulu that we had. It's unfortunate that got cut, but obviously due to logistics and other various reasons that flight had to go. So hopefully we'll get some more soon. Unfortunately, Aspen only made it one winter season 2. I thought that was a really cool one, but it happens to the best of us, doesn't it? Hello, Breeze Airways on the Embraer EasyJet 195. This filling in for a 190 coming in from the Provo International Airport in Provo, Utah. Very cool to see this, along with the Airbus A220 being operated on that flight with various frequencies. So that's really cool. It's kind of interesting this month. They took kind of a weird break. Breeze kind of took like September 2nd to the 22nd, like reset their whole schedule and everything. There's various routes that they have that got a short hiatus, and I don't know what the reason was, but that's kind of a peak travel time too. So, well, you guys not as hot as some of the other times, but certainly not one to shy away from. So I'm kind of interested why they chose to do that. But Orange County Provo appeared to be on that list, which was kind of weird, but nevertheless, certainly nice to see it back in action there later in the month. So that's what we love to see. Hello, American on another Airbus A321neo. This aircraft's coming in from Dallas Fort, or no. This aircraft's coming in from the Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. We had so many of these in here, and now there's only a couple of them in here today that I was getting my routes confused. But certainly nice to get to see Phoenix going strong. I would really like to get that airport out and do another update at some point because it's a really fun airport. Just been very busy with life logistics and overall just a bunch going on. So hopefully we'll be able to do that sometime because it is a really cool airport, and very excited as hopefully if everything went according to plan. I did go spotting there this month, but only time will tell on that one, but it should have hopefully worked out. And then we have Delta Airlines' Airbus A319-100. This aircraft is currently coming in right now from Minneapolis. This is a aircraft change, alert. This was a A220 over the summer. Now we're into the A319 land again. So pretty solid change there for Delta. You know, during this time of the year, they probably need to utilize their 220s in other flights. So I think this was a pretty good choice for them, and I think it will serve them very well. Okay, American, welcome to the 737 MAX 8. This aircraft's coming in right now from Chicago O'Hare, and we'll be heading back out there. Still a very cool flight to see with Chicago. I think it's really nice to see the 737 MAX 8 conducting that service, so very nice. And here's the Airbus A321 Transcontinental coming in from Newark John F. Kennedy. This was a really positive ad for American back in 2021, in my opinion. I think this was a really smart choice, and it's really benefited them over the last couple of years. So good job by American. They don't make all the right choices, but that was one of them. And a absolutely stunning, one of my favorite models in the collection, besides this one not having the best antenna on the top, but it looks just fine, I would say. American Airlines 737-800 by NG Models, that 2022 release, one of my favorites. So glad that they did this one again, and they did a perfect job on it. This aircraft's loading up with a nonstop service to Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. We love Dallas. It is a really awesome hub for American. They have done a great job over the years, continuing to build it up and maintain the very strong operation that they have there. And I'm excited to see where it goes from there. Home away from home for me. So I absolutely love that airport, and it's really awesome to get to go down there during various times of the year. I'm not sure when the next time is and was because I went there for airliners, obviously, and hopefully going back. I don't have anything planned when I'm filming this in July, but I'm sure that it could change at the drop of a hat because it's not that far, and I drove it for the first time. The drive wasn't that bad, so we'll see what happens with that, but nevertheless, I hope to go back to Dallas very soon. Okay, hello Delta, Boeing 757-200 Gen 2 with winglets. Delta is going to Detroit today, 5 times a week. A pretty sustained service here for Delta. I think they've done a very good job with maintaining it, so can't complain. I think it's Wednesday through Sunday. I think Monday and Tuesday are the days they don't well, might have been Tuesday and Wednesday. Yeah, Tuesday and Wednesday I think were the days. So yeah, that would make sense. So very good right there. I also found out that at Oklahoma City, kind of random, but going into the future, Southwest plans to only do Wednesday through Monday service to Orlando from OKC, which is kind of a bizarre one for Southwest. Have not ever seen them do that, but it might work for them, so that's what matters. Hello, Delta Airlines, Boeing 757-200 by NG Models Gen 1 with winglets. Heading over to Atlanta today, a service that's been very sustained and really a perfect flight for the 757, to be honest. So between the performance capabilities and also the duration, this is literally a perfect flight for it. So really glad to see it here and what it does best, and really awesome. We'll see what aircraft one day might replace that, but don't really want to think about that. 757 is a great plane. And then we have the Delta Airlines Airbus A320-100. The 300s were pretty common throughout the summer. Now we're working into the 100s here starting our fall season. You're going to find that this A320-100 is going to be heading over to, with this 220-100, we are going to Salt Lake City after coming in from Seattle. Like I said, 223s were very common through the summer. Now with the lesser demand, we have the 100 here. So 300 probably got repurposed to some more leisure-based traveling destinations out of SLC, although I would not be surprised they substitute in here quite a bit because Orange County is still a really hot travel destination during this time of year. So looking very good. Okay, so here we have the Breeze Airways Airbus A320-300. They do not have 100, so it's 300 this time. This aircraft's coming in right now from Orlando, and now it's going to be heading over to, or let's not do Orlando. I'll explain why here in a moment. Let's come in from Cincinnati and head over to Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, and Columbus are going to be terminating for the season. Well, that's not really the proper word. Going dormant for the season. They'll probably come back in March or April, I would presume, if they perform to standard for Breeze. I was going to say Orlando because that's what we've transitioned into, but these routes made it just long enough here in September. I think it's worth mentioning them. So, and we'll have plenty of updates in the fall season and winter to utilize Orlando and Provo. So why don't we do Columbus and Pittsburgh, and then Cincinnati, of course, another great route. So I'm eager to see what happens with those, but we will have to see going into the future. And lastly, here at the terminal, we have the WestJet Boeing 737-700 coming in from Vancouver and now heading over to Calgary next. Just getting ready to push back in favor of the Air Canada. Very cool to see WestJet doing really well here with the operations. I think they have a really cool airline setup going. RIP Swoop, but what can I say? So there we go. Heading over to our general aviation section for today, we got a couple of Cessnas. So on your left, we have a Cessna 172 with a brown paint scheme coming in right now on a local flight, and the one on the right is coming in from San Diego, Lindbergh Field, and now it's going to be heading over to Palm Springs. A couple fuel stops, of course, on that first leg. A Challenger 300 currently sitting idle. No plans with it in the immediate future, which is kind of unfortunate. So sorry that there's nothing to report there. And we do have this Learjet right here. This aircraft is coming in all the way from Boston Logan International. Very impressive. Now it's going to be heading up to Fargo, North Dakota. And also taxiing out for departure, we have this Learjet 75, which is going to be making a more reasonably duration flight over to Roswell, New Mexico, after coming in earlier today from Sacramento. And here is JSX's Embraer ERJ-145. They do have Concord, California still, so I haven't been mentioning that one lately. I kind of forgot they had that. So coming in from Concord, he will now head over to Reno. Monterey, I believe, is also seasonal, by the way. Okay, here we have the FedEx Express Airbus A300 freighter to get into our cargoes here. Coming in from Memphis, of course. Now we'll be heading back over there. And our final aircraft for today's Orange County Airport update will be this UPS Boeing 757-200 freighter, kind of peeking in behind the wing there. This aircraft's coming in from Louisville, and we'll be heading back out there here in a little bit. And just like that, that will conclude today's Orange County update. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this one. Really some great pieces moving forward. Alaska Airlines will be starting Tucson on a year-round basis and Bozeman on a seasonal basis. Both are on December 14th and will be daily for their respective seasons. Again, Tucson going year-round and Bozeman going seasonal. It's kind of interesting. I thought maybe it would be the other way around. Tried to get, kind of shuffle people to Tucson and back over to Orange County in the winter. When it's peak season for both places to visit, leisure-wise, maybe business might have some influence there. And then Bozeman, I thought people would want to come since it's going to be cold in the winter. But in Bozeman, but at the same time, it is warm in the summer there, so there is something to be said for that. But because Bozeman's the seasonal flight. Yeah, I guess I was thinking that maybe both of them would be seasonal, but nevertheless, Tucson's going to be year-round. Bozeman will start as a seasonal flight. But people coming down from Bozeman makes sense, but then people could go to Bozeman during the summer, so that could have made an argument for a year-round flight. But nevertheless, I think they'll both work out well. I guess I have just thinking so much about that leisure perspective with, Breeze at Tulsa and everything. I'm sure they'll do just fine. I'm sure Alaska has it figured out. They usually do pretty good with their routes. So, it was interesting to see their kind of stint there with Albuquerque and Reno, having some various flights there, but we're kind of well down the line from that. That was like 5 years ago at this point. So, but yeah, outside that though, Reno's going great, or sorry, goodness. Orange County's going really well. Glad to see the various aircraft movements, and I'm hopeful to continue to work on this apron a little bit. I don't know what I would like to do, but I would like to do something, whether that's maybe even a portion of a runway or try to extend the general aviation aircraft. I really would like to work on some more. I know I've talked about that literally for months, but yeah, there's a bunch to be done, so that's that. And then obviously just got a bunch going on in general, so it's all right, it happens. So nevertheless, though, I look forward to continuing to build upon what we have with Orange County, and we have a really good display here, and I hope to get another mid-sized airport going at some point. The Cabo board is fairly close, but who knows when I'll get a chance to touch that again. I kind of almost want to, I guess I could almost borderline use this one. I was looking at these aprons again. They're really, really solid. I kind of forgot how great these are. They're really great aprons. And, you know, obviously I've cut a couple of cut lines here where everything goes together, but I guess I could like seam that out. Sorry about that, everybody, but nevertheless, my phone died, so there we go. But I was trying to think if there was anything else that I wanted to mention. I think I was upon the conclusion, but anyways, outside of all of that, I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's airport update. So with all that being said, that'll do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do you love and love what you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.